So welcome, friends, to our practice snack that's going to be targeting that mid-back area, that less mobile part of our backs. And when we unlock that space, oh boy, does life get interesting. So we're going to start lying on our tummies. And before we get into it, we're going to take a sphinx. So we're going to create these two parallel lines with our forearms, start to spread the fingers, pressing them down into the floor, just moving the flesh of the legs, just readjusting and feeling all 5 knuckles kind of touch the floor here. So just taking a moment to settle in here. And now we're going to start to drag the pubic bone forward. And as we do, let's just notice where our breath is. Inhale to feel a sense of lengthening the body. And then exhale, a sense of grounding and pressing into all the points of contact into the floor. So maybe your knees lift at this point. Good. And then here we're going to start to invite the pubic bone to drag forward. And then invite it to drag back. So we're coming into little pelvic tilts, forward and back, just so that we can find our neutral. So we're going to find a neutral pelvis, and then we're going to start to walk the hands to make a bit of a V formation here. I'll place the chin on the mat, and then we're just going to turn the right ear towards the mat, and then the left. Just going back and forth here. And then from here, let's soften the elbows a bit. So they're not quite a cactus arm and they're not a V, they're somewhere in the middle. The elbows are higher than the shoulders, and let's just keep gesturing the head from side to side, loosening things up. And then from this point, we're going to really ground through that left palm, pressing, and let's just tent the fingers of the right hand here. And now we can either place the right ear or left ear on the mat or the right, but let's just start with the left. And we're going to start to glue the left armpit towards the floor and then cross the right foot over the left. So I'm curling my toes under and just grounding the ball of my foot on the floor. And then let's just take a few rounds of rocking back and forth as we press that left palm into the floor. And then from this point, let's lengthen. I call this the armpit glue. Think of gluing your armpit towards the floor. So it's very active in that left hand. And we're going to start to roll a little bit further, and maybe this back leg reaches or it just floats in space. And let's just draw a few little circles here. So we're using this gravitational field not to fight with it, but just we're really working with it, letting it help us and creating some traction by continuing to press into that left hand. And then maybe you want to float the foot down if that feels good. Maybe you touch down. Just opening and closing the knee. Full expression. Reaching that knee back, tucking the tail towards your left heel. And then exhale, we'll release back to center. And switching sides, let's take that right arm up, tenting the fingers of the left hand. And you can choose your ear. Each ear is going to give you something different. So I'm going to work with my right ear down and start to roll onto the left side. Pick up that left leg, reach it over the right, and just roll through the ball of the foot a few times. Just warming up that foot. And then continuing this exploration, we're going to just draw these circles with the top leg. Remember to glue that right hand down. Start to implement Operation Armpit Glue on the right side. Just playing with sensation, playing with gravity. Just how big can those circles get? How symmetrical can those circles get? And then finding your way to the floor. Coming into whatever full expression. Bringing that knee up and down a few times. And then slowly rolling back down. Let's place our arms behind us. Just coming into a few moments of rest. Wiggling your fingers, placing your hands underneath your shoulders to lift up. Start to press the shoulder blades into the back of the heart. Maybe you draw the chin up, bringing your gaze to the tip of the nose if it's not too sunny outside. Just a downward gaze if your eyes are open or closed. And then exhale. Just finishing in a nice child's pose, allowing the shoulders to rest. And then inhale to slowly lift. And there we have it. I commend you for taking 5 minutes to open something up. I hope that will serve you well for the next activity, or maybe you're ready to do another snack.